Have you ever been prouder of a team effort?
I'm definitely proud of the players, that's for sure. It was one hell of a game. It was a bounce of a ball. That's what a test match is all about. There's a couple of moments in the game that could have gone either way, and unfortunately for the boys, it didn't go our way. But I'm really super proud of what they've been able to build amongst themselves, how they've gone about the tour. I'm really pleased with how they've come together as a group. There's a real brotherhood within the group, and I really believe that they're closing the gap in a big way at this level. It's our players being able to play more games at this level, to be able to then learn how to find the moments that it takes to win it. But in saying that, we had a couple of moments out there that if it went our way, we'd be talking about a different story. So really proud.
I imagine there's a bit of disappointment in the dressing room, but is that feeling of pride shared?
Yeah, they're disappointed. I'm sure Jess will talk about that because they put so much into it. Like every week since we've been away and over the journey, I've been talking to the players about coming to the World Cup. They've all been dedicated to make sure that they turn up and represent themselves, their families and the country, and they wanted to win for their country. They really did. You could feel that every day that you were here, and so yeah, as you said, super proud of the players. Just feel for them because you look at your players and they deserve the opportunity to go again next week.
Sorry, just one second.
Sorry.
You feel for yourself? I imagine you're disappointed as well.
I'm just really shattered from the players. I've really enjoyed the tour with them. They've been a great group, and the staff have been excellent. They've really enjoyed, obviously, the time they've spent together. So it's more about how we're feeling as a group.
Darcy, how proud are you of the students?
Yeah, I'm really proud of the boys and their effort, but it's just really hard at the moment. It's pretty disappointing. We come over here with the intentions of winning the competition or the tournament, and to fall short like this, it's pretty heartbreaking. We put so much effort into this tournament. Everyone, the coaching staff and all the players, and to fall just short like this, it's pretty heartbreaking. But I'm really proud of the effort the boys put in. But it's really hard to process everything at the moment. I'm sure a little bit of time and maybe watch the game back, but it's just tough.
Will you be able to watch it back, do you think?
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. Don't think many of the boys will watch that back, but I'm really proud of the effort again, and a couple of moments we would have liked back, but it's all done now. It's just tough.
Just take us through the start. Obviously, that's the start you guys were after, on the back of last week, and I mean the passion, the emotion in the haka, and it was all pretty full on.
Yeah. Well, we all spoke about how that's really important for us, the way we start games, and through the tournament I didn't think we did that so well. I thought we nailed it tonight. I thought we started really fast. Our discipline was really good. We really grinded them down at that start, and the whole first half was the perfect half for us. I think if we come out and did that exact same thing in the second half, we could be talking about a different result. But it's really easy to look back and talk about it, but just devastated.
What do you think that second half could have been better?
Just the ball control and discipline, I think, were the two main things. Again, the effort was there. We defended our try line. I don't know how many sets. You got a committed group there, and they're just backs against the wall, and defending their asses off for I don't know how long. To even give ourselves a chance, a couple of times there in that right corner, and just to fall short. It's really tough, but you got to be proud of the effort the boys put in. It's an amazing effort. It's a really good group, really tight group. I thought we come over here and we worked really hard as a group, and just to fall short, it's pretty heartbreaking, eh?
Just your striker maybe he was favourites, pretty clear favourites. Do you think you've shown today that they can be beaten when it's so close?
Yeah, I think so. I think Madge touched on it before. You know, we've really bridged the gap. The last time we played, we beat them, and tonight we were really close. And you know, we should have gone out there and we could have won again. So I think we really bridged that gap, and we've got a really good group of boys. You know, they're all at a really good age too, where they could be really competitive for a very long time, I believe.
What about looking ahead to next week when obviously you play Samoa or England? Do you think you've shown those two teams that they're a red hot chance of winning this thing?
I think so, yeah. I think it's what we did today in that first half was you know, a really good game plan for whoever plays them next week. I think so.
Mike, you talked about losing the game in moments. Obviously, the main moment probably Cam Murray's try. A couple of decisions maybe didn't go your way just before that. Murray was involved in a bit of a brawl, well, not brawl, but you know, pushing and shoving, and there was a bit of a controversial penalty beforehand. I just wondered what you make of that.
Oh, the moments, I guess, it's an inch game when you play in a test match. I mean, Jordan Vanna, you know, it's literally could have gone either way, the offside. But, you know, I don't want to look back at decisions and things like that. You know, the boys played a really good brand of footy, and I think, you know, something there that the players have done really well over the 2 or 3 years has changed the identity of how New Zealand play the game. You know, we've looked at, you know, what wins these big games, and as I just said before, like, it could have gone our way if we had one or two things. You know, Petnelli scores in the corner, and we had the offside there. That's a try. That's a whole different ball game. So when I talk about bridging the gap and how we play and the style we play, that, you know, the Kiwi boys are willing to grind pretty hard now, a game out, and they, as Jess just said, you know, the second half they were off their feet. You know, I was looking there at one stage where Ronnie had to come off, and we were swapping players around, and they just defended their line, and we literally had another opportunity to win the game at the back end. So that's the style that, you know, the players have changed the identity of the jersey towards, and you know, if we keep getting more games like this, then you know, we're going to have one hell of a team moving forward.
So would you like to do more mid-season tests against Australia and the other teams?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I mean, the Kiwi boys, you know, we only get 1 or 2 games like this a year. You know, and then you look at, I guess, the Australian team where they're playing in Origins and they're playing at the higher intensity, and it's just being able to play at that level more consistent. And if, you know, the guys do get the opportunities to play more games at this level, they're going to continually improve. And you know, I've actually got a good core of players that are quite young, so you know, this team can be together for quite some time over a period, and you know, that will then you know, change those results.
Some of those players wouldn't have played against Australia before because it's been so long.
Yeah.
The guys like Dylan Brown, who really showed what he's capable of.
Yeah, I thought he was excellent. He really stood up. You know, he's learning how to play a test match, and also then coming together with Jerome, and I thought those two were really good. You know, and Joey's obviously doing what he does out the back there at fullback. But you know, someone like Moses Leota, like, he was stuck out there in the second half because of just the circumstances of the game, and he stuck his hand up and he was willing to go to a pretty dark place there for the players, which all of them did. And that's what makes you proud as a coach, but also too the fact that we had a couple of opportunities there where we could have taken, and that's what you learn when you're playing at this level more consistently.
Mate, how do you see next week playing out? Fine.
I'll leave it up to those teams to, you know, play. You know, I think you know, it would probably help Australia play a fairly grindy game, and that will definitely help them, because you know, a lot of the other teams, you know, Samoa and England have probably had a couple of easy games and not been in a grind, but that may happen tomorrow. So it's hard to say.
Jess, you've pretty much done it all in your career, and you've been through a lot as well with the Kiwi jersey, as a captain in the World Cup, and then a game like that. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's really special. You know, we sat down as a group yesterday and had a bit of a chat, and just sitting there reflecting at that time was just, yeah, I'm just really grateful for the opportunity to be able to, you know, do this. Grateful for the Madge and everyone at New Zealand Rugby League for, you know, trusting in me to do this. It's a real dream come true to be able to come over here and, you know, lead the team out, and you know, with the group that we've got, I really believe that we're coming over here to win it too. So I'm really proud, you know, of what I've been able to do. yeah, really proud of the boys for the effort they put into. It's been a really good camp, but it's it's just a tough way to finish.
Just in terms of Madge, it's been a bit of a roller coaster year in terms of him with the coaching, but he's made a statement tonight with you. Tell us about him and what he's been like as a coach.
Yeah, I think since he's come in, he's really turned the place around. 2017 was a really dark place for New Zealand Rugby League, and it would have been hard for a coach to step in to that role. And I think he come in and straight off the bat he really turned the place around, and the style we wanted to play, and even trainings, and I guess building a week around hard work, building a training week around working hard, discipline, and the little 1%ers where I don't think we had that in the past, and that real passionate coaching. I think it's something that we've missed, and he's really brought that. And I just got to give a lot of credit to him and his coaching staff for where we are now. If you look back 3-4 years ago, it was tough times for us, but now we're sitting right up top there, being really competitive, and I think the jersey and the New Zealand Rugby League are definitely heading in the right place, and I think a big part of that is for what Madge has done for the place.
Sorry, Madge, can you be proud of that? I know you're proud of your players, but can you be proud of yourself?
I'm proud of the organisation. When I first started, obviously there was a bit of change there within the organisation. Greg Peters, the CEO, we sat down and we said, well, what do we want to look like? And as Jesse said, that I really believe the jersey's changed, and I probably see it a lot more than most people, just how the players really want to play for the jersey and their people, the style of how they play and how they go about it. So, it's not that one person, it's about a whole group of people, developing what we're doing.
Will you both be a part of, do you think you'll both be a part of the next World Cup in France?
I'll get through this one first. But I do enjoy coaching the Kiwi team. It's when you're coaching the best players in the world, it's pretty special. And I can state that because I remember when I first started, I had quite a younger group, and people like James Fisher-Harris and Joey Taps, and I can go on, and Jerome. Jerome wasn't playing in the team when I first started, and now, to be honest, I think he's one of the best halves in the game. We spoke about it as a group that we wanted those players to stand up and be the best players, and it's nice to see a few years down the track that those players are the ones that are leading the way across the competition. Obviously, whether it be in the NRL and over here. We just got to keep building on what we're doing.
You get a break now before the Raiders, or?
I'm sure. If you talk to Ricky, to find out.
Jesse, do you think organisers will be relieved by that result after booking the flights from
Yeah, I guess so. It's I don't really want to talk about that too much. It's pretty disrespectful. I still find that. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about that, to be honest.
That's you mentioned more tests during the year. Any idea how that would work?
I think at the moment we probably have to play them at the back end, but there's no reasons why we can't play Tonga and Samoa and test matches like that. Because they're developing at a really high level too. So playing test matches and bringing the players together in matches like that, I think it's really important for the international game. I know that Australia have got their state of origin, but I really would like to see the Kiwi boys, and whether it's the Tonga boys or the Samoan boys, play test matches mid-year. It's only fair, I think. I really do. I really believe that it's an opportunity, and there's so many players that are coming out of New Zealand now. There's a development that comes through New Zealand, and I really think that the game needs to have a look at it. Whether people hear me or not, who knows? But there's a lot of families end up in New Zealand, and whether they're Samoan or Tongan, and they come via the development of New Zealand. And I think that the game needs to credit that. They need to be aware that they need to spend more time in developing the Pacific Islands, play more test matches. I don't see why they can't consider that, because it allows these players then to play at the highest level to develop the international game. That was a really high quality game out there, and it's great for the game, but they've also got to then say, well, how do we develop the players so we can play more games like that? So, I hope that the game's really considering where they're going with the international game, and obviously the Australians need to consider that because that's where a lot of the players are.
There's talk of the 2029 World Cup perhaps being centred around New Zealand and the Pacific Islands. Is that something you would back?
Definitely, yeah, of course, yeah. I think it'd be great for the game. Let's get to France first and then go from there. But I think it's really important, and I'll say it again, that the game needs to consider how they can grow the international game. And I've spoken a number of times about we were playing games or developing, whether it's Jamaica, teams like that, but have a different level of where they can develop teams. So then we can actually have a lot of players. That was a good game. That was a really good game. It could have gone either way, and that's what the game's about. So let's develop that so we can sell it at a higher level.
Well done, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate.